What's up, my fellow Weebs? Welcome back to a new video today. Today, I just want to do a new guide on this channel for anyone who's been new to buying figures or anyone who's buying figures in general. I've been looking at figures around lately, and I've noticed on eBay that a lot of people are still buying bootlegged figures when they're extremely expensive right now because of tariffs and everything. And basically, you're getting overpriced and overcharged, and you're getting scammed. Anyone who's like buying figures nowadays, 99% of the time on a figure on eBay is going to be a bootleg, especially if you're buying it from China. No, mostly 100% of the time they're going to be bootlegs. So I'm going to start off by showing you instance some bootlegged figures, and then we'll get into guides on where to buy them from, legit places, and you can even get cheap figures from legit places like Japan. Here's a clear example. This bootlegged figure right here. It's a 1/4 40 centimeter anime bunny girl figure. That's a bootleg, and there's so 13 of them. That's crazy. This scammer has made like $350-$400 off this one figure selling a bootlegged figure. That's crazy. The prices of bootlegged figures lately. Here's another one. This one's also bootlegged. It's for 38 watchers. I don't get how people can buy figures off eBay and not know they're bootlegged. Some people are just plain idiots. But anyways, uh, there's a whole bunch of examples of all these bootlegs. Look at this. I don't know if this is legit or not. This is a feeling, but $289 is from China. It's probably a bootleg. And people are just getting away with this on eBay. That's why you should never buy anime figures on eBay unless they're either from Japan or it's a legit source. That's just how it is. Same with Amazon. If it's not a legit source or not an official brand, don't buy it off Amazon. It'll be a bootlegged. Now to some good sites where you can buy anime figures from. Where I buy anime figures from, I also buy anime figures at conventions. That's a good place to get them. They're always legit at conventions. They're always official merchandise. So if you ever go to an anime convention, it's a really good place to buy anime figures as well. But let me show you something on here, the Ami section. Yes, all these look pretty expensive. But if you switch this to the pre-owned section, and if you look for items in box with I'll show you an example right here. Uh, right here, this item quality is A, and that means it's like new, and it's in box. This is a pre-owned figure. It's a game price figure, but dress a party. But it's only 468.9 with USD. Honestly, these price figures usually go for like $25 here in the US. $25, $30 usually see them for. If you buy from a website, sure you're gonna have to pay the shipping and import fees if you have them in your country. Luckily, I'm in the US and we don't have import fees here. We just pay for the shipping. But basically, um, yeah. So and then shipping, you can buy like five of these figures for around this price on Ami. Same here as another one, a ReZero, and a lot of people like ReZero. Here's a Amelia figure. That was pretty good in my opinion. I think that one looks really good, and it's only 676. Honestly, it's a really good site, and if you buy like maybe 4 or 5 of these figures, shipping's gonna be like $15. It ships to you from Japan, and you're getting it from a legit source. And even then, you can get one like a decent, nicer figure. Let's say, find an example. Here, this one. This one right here. This is a pretty nice figure. This is a really nice figure, and it's even got its base and everything. A lot of the higher end ones are the only ones that have bases, and it's only $19. You save about, and a lot of times these pre-owned figures have discount prices on them. So you're saving even more money. This thing is probably like regular $40-$50, brand new. Yeah, it's a 1/7 scale. This thing was expensive, brand new. But now, since it's pre-owned, it's down to 1918. And it's item A, which means it's basically brand new. If you look below, down here, you'll see all the ranks for the pre-owned. And this one's item A, which means it's sealed, unopened, and appears to be unopened. I mean, you're basically getting a brand new figure for 1918, which is cheap compared to buying bootleggeds off eBay, off China for like $35, $35 on eBay, and then getting scammed. Another instances you can also use Solar's Japan. They're another reputable site that you can get figures from. They also got retro consoles. They got all kinds of merch. They got goods, mouse pads, everything. They got a whole bunch of anime merch, official merch you can get. Um, they also have a pre-owned section for figures that you can get. Let's see, sales stuff. These figures are tend to be on the pricier side, but if you find them pre-owned, you can get a pretty good deal. Some of them are pre-owned and some of them are brand new. You just have to look around. But this is another great site if you're interested in getting like anime merch and figures and stuff. They got mouse pads, they got all kinds of stuff. But if you're looking for official anime merch, this is another good website. It's really good. Yeah, so, and if you're in the US or like in a country that has Crunchyroll, you also got the Crunchyroll store. This is another legit place to buy figures. However, if you're gonna buy figures, I would recommend ordering them ahead of time from Japan. Not only do they come out earlier before they do anywhere else, you're getting a better deal. Crunchyroll, for their expensive figures, if you're buying expensive figures, they're pretty expensive on Crunchyroll. They up the price compared to buying it from Japan and getting it during Japan's release date. Whenever a figure comes out in the US, compared to Japan, it's like a year ahead of time than in Japan. And Japan always gets it like 6 months to a year beforehand. So if you're ordering expensive figures, you can order from Japan and you can get a discount. It's a lot cheaper. So if anyone's doing that, I would recommend buying expensive figures from Japan off like Ami or even Solar's Japan. Really good websites to get pre-orders and new figures and stuff. There's also if you don't like looking at like the yen prices on you charge a conversion rate of yen on like on Ami, there's Solar's Japan for these figures. And there's also another website. Uh what's it called? I forgot the name of it. I gotta find it. Uh, let's see if it comes up. It's probably gonna be the first link, one of the first links. I'm gonna go to Google. I gotta find the name of it. It's like my otaku or something, like Otaku box or something like that. Oh, otaku mode. Here we go. This one. Tokyo Otaku mode. This is another US based website. They also get orders from Japan and stuff. They get their figures from Japan imported and everything. But basically, if you have premium on here, which is like $10 a month or something, you can get pretty good. They give you pretty good discounts for their figures. But isn't like this one's what like $39, and this figure looks freaking awesome. If you like waifu figures and stuff, this one looks pretty awesome. And if you're premium, which is $14.99 a month, which isn't for 14.99 for a 90-day membership. And they usually give you pretty big discounts on the figures if you're premium. So it's another good way to get discount figures. One more site I'm going to look at is called Mandarake. Mandarake is another like is a very good budget figures for anything. If you like wall scrolls, if you like posters, that type of stuff, Mandarake is a really good place to get wall scrolls and stuff. I got into some wall scrolls from them for pretty cheap. They're also really good for figures and any other anime stuff you're interested in. Because they have a lot of old stuff, but it's old stuff that's brand new, and it's old stuff that goes for cheap. So say you're into older figures, and want older figures, this is a really good place to look, as well as buying some cheap figures from. But yeah, these are a bunch of prize figures. You can see that they're pretty cheap. 1,200 yen, that's like 8 USD, not even. And this Miku looks pretty sick, not gonna lie. Yeah, this Miku looks fire. I honestly might buy this. But yeah, it's just pretty sick. But yeah, honestly, that's a really sick Miku figure. I like that a lot. That's one of the older ones too. And it's only 1,200 yen. That's $8, not 8 USD. So you're gonna shipping is gonna be the same one here, like Ami Ami. Depending on the size of the order, it's gonna be $15 to $30. But if you buy multiple, it's only if you buy like multiple figures. So you just buy this one, shipping is gonna be like $8, $6, $7, $8. Depends really where you're shipping it to. Might even be cheaper than that if you're just buying one figure. But if you're buying like say a box like this big, like a big multiple order figures boxes, shipping is gonna be like $15 to $20. Just keep that in mind. But even then, you're still getting a whole bunch of figures for a good price. So yeah, it's much better than buying bootlegged off eBay, which have gotten super expensive. Here's another one. I saw this at the convention this year at Anime Central for $35. If you buy it off of here, off of Manarake, it's $6. I saw this same. See what I mean? Like this is $35 at the convention this year. I saw. So it's up to you where you get your figures from, but honestly, with the way bootlegged prices are, I don't see what any point in buying bootlegged figures when you get actual legit figures for cheaper, half the price, even less than that. Honestly, the way that people, China people have been scamming people with figures lately has been insane. They're just super expensive because of tariffs and everything and import fees. So I would just not buy from them at all. All my fellow leaves, that's it for today's video. I just want to give you a buying guide on figures today, on some good websites to get them from, and some good websites to get them for cheap compared to buying bootlegged figures on Japan. Honestly, it's crazy, but yeah, that's it for today's video. See you next one. Peace out, my fellow weeps. Bye. 君の虜になってしまえばきっと